Yes, people, welcome to the Real Talk Football TV podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're on Mondays at 10 o'clock, Thursdays at 10 o'clock. Got myself, Shaq, got Tobias in the building. All right, enough of that. Let's go straight into it. Predictions last week. Winner this week is myself again with 7 points. Winning again. So I am top of the table with 15 points. Tobias is on 6, 906 is on 9. So there's games during the midweek. So we're going to put them straight on the board straight away. So I'll start with myself because I'm top of the league. I've gone Brighton to beat Nottingham Forest 3-1. Nottingham Forest are terrible. I don't know how they give the new manager a new contract. And
why? But how can you not though? How can you blame him? You gave him 20. I'm sure it wasn't his. I'm sure he didn't want 22 new players.
Well, the rumors were it's basically the chairman that bought the 23 players, isn't it?
So how can you blame him?
I know, but to be bottom and get a new contract, that's bonkers.
Did you expect to see Forest in the Premier League this season?
I expected them to stay up. To be fair,
maybe because did you expect to see him in the division?
No. They came from nowhere. To be fair, I think he took them over when they were like third from bottom or something like that.
So the chairman's spending free money.
Yeah,
he's got payments.
Riding the wave. Even if they go down, they'll come straight back up.
100 mil. Favorites. He ain't lost nothing.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, I've gone Brighton 3-1. Palace to draw with Wolves. I think Wolves will get something. Palace are a weird side. Palace play quality football, but I don't know I just feel like they don't win enough games with the quality of players they got.
You was talking about Maddison last week, and I thought about it. Eze or Elise? Or Maddison?
If I had to put them in order?
No, yeah.
Maddison, Eze, Elise. But I think Elise's ceiling could be higher and could be number one. But I've got Maddison because I just think Maddison can play a number of positions. I don't know what Eze's position is. I don't know if he's an 8, a 10, or a wide player. I just look at system.
If he play, I reckon he can mix and match.
Yeah, but I don't think the top size play with a 10. So I don't know where he would play. I think at the moment, Palace is his level, but I think he's bad. I've always rated him, but I just think position-wise, I don't know what's his best position. I know you can play a number of positions, but for the money they would want, you would have to find a position what suits him. So I just think Palace is his level at the moment, but I do like him. But I'll still have Maddison. But yeah, I've gone Palace to draw. Southampton somehow, I don't know why, that's just a pick 'em. That could be anything. I've got them to go for a away win. I think Chelsea will have a hard-fought win against Brentford. I think Liverpool will...
Nil, because Chelsea struggled the other day.
And they did, and they could have conceded 2 or 3 if it weren't for the goalkeeper. But I don't know. I'm just going to go for 2-0.
Pepper's got that resurgence, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0. I think Mount playing well again. I just think they'll keep a clean sheet. Liverpool, I said 1-0 first, and I've changed to 3. I think they might be gassed from the Man City result. So I think
you might be gassed from the Man City result.
I think Liverpool will. I think West Ham have got no centre halves.
But so, one minute you that are in the dirt, you can't find a way out. All of a sudden, it's
we're going to come to that. We're going to come to that. But yeah, I've gone 3-0. I've gone Newcastle to beat Everton 2-1. Everton are not that bad. I thought they'll be terrible fighting for relegation, but they're just losing by the odd goal, and I think they'll lose by the odd goal again. Man United Spurs, I'm going to go for 2-2. We'll talk about that later. I've gone for Fulham to draw with Villa 2-2. I think both teams...
If everyone draws that, he's out.
That's what I said. Both teams need a win. I think Villa need a win, but I think Mitrovic will cause them problems, and I think he will score, and that's why I'm going for 2-2.
How bad is Mings, though?
Oh, he's awful.
Did you see
he's been awful. But bruv, he's been awful for years.
But
is it just me? He's been awful for years.
I've never liked Mings, but Gerrard sort of stripped him, and you look in and you're like, should have done it. Should have done it earlier. The header. The header
But-
was atrocious, though.
But how's it like you strip him, and then your star centre half, you spend all that money, does his Achilles in the first game, which is mad.
Welcome.
Yeah, that is mad.
Actually, like,
So I feel for Gerrard. The luck ain't been on his side.
Coutinho's back.
Yeah, he's just comfortable now, innit?
Comfortable. He's
Leon
got something wrong with that. That Barca money must have been different.
Yeah,
That Barca money, because I know Barca were paying stupid.
yeah.
Looking at their wages, bro, they was playing mad.
Should never have left Liverpool. He was playing some stupid football. He just
now
moves. But the thing is, moves can make and break a career. You know, I think moves are literally equally as important as playing football.
But he won the
making the right move.
Bayern now. How you
But he was still a sub. Confidence is shattered.
He's on the floor. You can't go from Liverpool, Barca, Bayern,
to Aston Villa. It's mad. Yeah. Like the way he was playing at Liverpool, there was going to be the way he was like flying. There was going to be a conversation like, is he on De Bruyne's level? That's how he was playing. And then he got the big move.
Well, I think
Barca make or break, guys.
I think there's a conversation for De Bruyne, bro. Like big games matters.
We'll come to that. No, we'll come to that still. We'll come to that. But yeah, I feel sorry for Coutinho. Like I said, moves can make and break a career. But Leicester to beat Leeds. All right, let's go to Tobias's results. What he thinks is going to happen. All right, he's gone for 2-0 to beat Nottingham Forest. Palace to beat Wolves.
Palace do.
I think so. They do, but I think Wolves
have got no goals though. Where's the goals?
They haven't. They do everything but score.
There you go. And without Conor Cody at the back, no manager.
Yeah, it's a bit peak for them, isn't it?
Yeah, it's ticket.
Yeah. Bournemouth to get a draw.
That's a dodgy game, bro.
It is. That could be anything. That's as a guess.
He's been there 6 years now. I didn't realize he's been there.
He's been there for a while still.
Yeah, I didn't realize he's been there 6 years. But they're in the relegation zone. It's tough for him at the minute, but he always pulls it out of the bag.
He does. He always nicks him out. He goes on a run towards the end, and somehow he gets out of it.
But Bournemouth are flying. Solanke's got a resurgence, yeah? Back.
Go to that championship, get that confidence up, get them goals, isn't it? He's come to score. But that could be anything. Brentford going for a narrow Chelsea win.
You know what? Yeah, I'm surprised. I should have went Brentford to win. To be fair.
Yeah, you think they can win?
Yeah. I don't.
You're not having Chelsea.
I am. I like Potter. As it sits, I think. I don't know if I would have preferred Potter over Ten Hag at the minute. But I did like Potter. He's getting results, man. It's results business. Say what you want. They ain't been playing well or what, but. At the minute, they're winning. They're winning games. Man.
I think you see the best of Potter and Chelsea next year. I think he'll get them playing ball. He'll get them playing ball. So it's going to take time. But with Chelsea at the moment, just a minimum requirement, try to get in top 4 and just keep it moving from there. But narrow win for Chelsea. Liverpool, I know you're Man United, but Liverpool 2-2. You think they're going to come back down to earth? You think that was a flash in the pan?
I think that Man City suit you guys to a T.
Wow.
Like, they attack. You lot are not afraid to go long when it suits, especially when you've got Salah up top. But I don't think West Ham are going to play that game.
They're going to sit back.
I reckon they're going to sit back. Skamaka's a problem. Paqueta's a problem. They've got players that can hurt you, you know.
Yeah, they have.
They've got some decent ballers, man.
They have.
They are spoilers in the mix, but they are. Moyes is on this gas of. He still doesn't know his best team. I don't believe. I think he's getting there. I think he's making the tougher decisions because he's started to drop Fornells and Benrahma, and he started to play Paqueta and Samaka.
I think West Ham will have a good second half to the season, and I still think they'll be in the top 10. I think they're a good side. Newcastle could be best of the rest, you know. They should be looking between 7th and 10th.
They're a hard team to beat.
8th and 10th.
I reckon when they're a hard team to beat. They are a hard team to beat. It was but then I look at the second half against us and I think, but then they didn't have Isaac out.
They had a few men out. And And they're progressing because any other season they lose to Man United in that game, they buckle, and somehow they've nicked a draw and they've done their thing. But I think they could become between 8th and 10th, minimum top 10. I think after anything below top 10, I think that's a failure with the money they've spent.
How pissed are the owners though? They brought in Eddie as a stopgap. Really, no, let's be honest. They didn't want to keep Eddie. They want any excuse to drop him.
But I like what I like what Newcastle are doing. I think they're doing it gradually. They know Eddie Howe's the in-between man. So they need Eddie Howe to like build the foundations, keep everything steady, get a few man in, even for another season. Then the season after, blam, get the A-lister or high-level manager to take that club forward. But I think they're doing it the right way. And they have to because the financial fair play rules and all of that. I know they can go around it, but I think they're doing it the right way, to be fair. Yeah. Newcastle winning, Man United beating Spurs. This game, we'll talk about it. This game is like the Bournemouth Southampton. This could be anything. Someone could get battered. It could be a madness, or it could be the most boringest 0-0 draw you ever seen in your life. It could be anything. But yeah, Villa to get the away win. So that what are you saying? Gerrard fights another day, yeah?
I reckon so. I reckon he has to. Like, I rated them. I expected better than Gerrard, to be fair. I expected better. Hold on a minute. What am I seeing at the bottom of the screen? The points thing. Where was this last year when you were getting whooped, bro?
Bruv, don't talk about last week. Don't talk about last season, bruv.
I'm not.
Don't talk about last season, bruv.
I see you found your top again. Chris, there must be really something wrong with Chris Elliott today. 1906 getting here, bro. I don't know what's going on.
Stop it.
But no, that could be a sting fest, man.
Yeah, it could. Villa winning and Leicester beating Leeds in a high score draw. All right, big game yesterday, biggest game, more of the biggest game, but two of the best sides have been for the last 5 years, you would say, playing again. And I think Liverpool showed in a one-off game. I don't think they've got the consistency this year, but they showed them for one-off game how to beat City again. City, with all their goals and all their winning records, their record against Liverpool at Anfield is atrocious. I think it's like 3 wins in 53, something mad like that. But I think Liverpool showed the others in a sense of how to beat Man City because they looked unbeatable. But I think Liverpool showed they can be beaten, if you know what I mean. Bro,
Klopp resorted back to type. Yeah,
straight.
Milner right back. Come on. Foden got no change out of Milner, bro.
Yeah, experience. Experience.
I saw nothing of Foden. And Gomez is prime for that World Cup spot. He smelt that Reece James was injured.
He did. And what did I know you lot killed me. I did say Gomez at his best is still England's, bruv. Gomez at his best is England's best centre half. I've always said that, and today.
Every dog has their day, innit? He had his day the other day, bro. Let's not get caught up in it.
All right. Forget Liverpool. Go at Man City. Liverpool showed that they have chinks in their arm. Like you can kind of get at them.
We said it though. We said you can get at them. Like they've drawn 2. They've lost against you at Charity Shield. They've drawn 2, and then they lost against you. It's undefeated machine that everyone's talking about. The new hype and come on, every game is a different day. It just seems that as soon as Man City win, they're the best ever. They're the best ever. No one can stop them. Like Haaland doesn't get, and it was so apparent the other day. Haaland doesn't get involved in the play.
But they don't want him to get involved.
You want to force him to get involved in the play because he's got no build-up play. Let's be honest.
They don't want him to. They don't want him to.
And even that, we're talking about Haaland being one of the best, like the best out there is a machine. he does what he does. He does what he does. Like, he scores goals, so you can't argue with him. But technically, like, has he got the touches of Benzema and Lewandowski? Has he got those type of touches?
Yeah, but you could say Lewandowski and Benzema don't have the attributes what he has, so it goes around.
Goals.
Yeah, but Lewandowski and Benzema. But shout out to Benzema winning a Ballon d'Or. But yeah, about time. But we'll come to Benzema. But saying what you're saying about Haaland, but you could say Haaland has attributes what Benzema and Lewandowski wish they had: the pace and power, the athleticism.
I don't think so. I don't think that you'd say that they wish to have his attributes. No, I reckon.
Or the attributes they haven't got.
Benzema and Lewandowski gone.
They haven't got certain attributes what Haaland's got, and another thing as well, Haaland's still young, so he could develop that all-round game, that more of the link-up play, and just more in scoring goals. I think that will come. He's still young.
I think he needs to, definitely. I think he needs to, like 100%. Like, I look at Benzema's game, Lewandowski's game, all round. I know we're talking about older players here, but all round, it's different.
Yeah, I hear you. But he's not the finished article yet.
He literally plays not the width for the box, bro. He don't play the width for the box. He plays the width for the bloody 6-yard box. That's him. That is literally him.
And he's lethal in front of goal.
And they feed him like the old school Man City shout of "feed the goat." They literally feed him. That's all they do. Like, De Bruyne at the minute, all he's looking to is Haaland.
Your Wi-Fi is a bit nuts. That is just blurry.
It shouldn't be. I'm downstairs.
Right
next to the thing. It's yours, bro.
No, it's not, bro. I'm fresh.
Who's the one that jumps out all the time?
Bro, they can't talk about the past, bruv. You need to allow the talk in it.
I've had a couple of wins. You don't want to hear about it. I can't take you to.
To allow the talk, man. But yeah, no, I hear you. I think his all-round game does need to be better. But one thing as well, I think when Liverpool have won, I think the last couple of games, Kyle Walker hasn't played, and I think he is the key for them. Even for them to not to win the league, if they want to win the Champions League, I think he's key, because I thought defensively, Mo Salah ragdolled every defender on that pitch, and I just feel defensively they're not that strong, even when everyone's fit. Bar when Walker's there, Walker transforms that back line, but they can't stop to counterattacks like how they used to, because Liverpool got in about 3 or 4 times. Salah could have had a hat-trick. Really.
And to be fair, if Nunez gets his frigging head up,
it could be 3s or 4s that game.
Bro, if we
no,
bro.
That game, no, that's mad. No. He's mad.
Barros 2.0, yeah?
No, bro.
Milan Barros 2.0.
They'll have to come. We'll come to that. That was mad. I just didn't get it. Like, he's got, and the thing is, when you watch him, he's got attributes, but he's got no footballing IQ whatsoever.
He is Barros 2.0.
Head down.
That's
and in the past where he tried to put to Trent when Cavalier was right there.
When he just pinged, when he pinged it across.
No, he's bad. No, he's bad. I think boy, I hope he comes good, but he's looking the dud.
Thank God United didn't buy him. Oh my God.
No, you'd have been it would have been worse. It would have been more of a laugh.
United would have brought him, you would have been killing me. Like forget this. We've got to give him till January.
He would have got it.
You'd have been killing me. But going back to the game, the arrogance of Pep, one-on-one, leaving Cancelo.
Let's come to that. I was about to come to that. Go on.
Leaving Cancelo one-on-one.
It's mad.
With Salah.
But even
with Alisson that can kick a ball like that.
But even Tobias, the whole setup, I think he done a Pep again. His tactics were all wrong. He played a 4-3-3 and put De Bruyne out wide.
All the time. He does it all the time, man.
And then I know I'm not the biggest fan at the moment of Grealish, but You've got Phil Foden. You could have put Phil Foden on the opposite side and bring in Grealish or Mahrez or whatever to really run out the fullbacks, because the fullbacks, one, Robertson's just come back, and two, you've got Milner. And I just feel like he kind of let Liverpool off the hook with his team selection. It was mad. Like sometimes he just, when it comes to the big games, it's like he just overthinks it. This is the first.
That tactical genius. You know, after the game, everyone's lauding after that.
Yeah.
I love what Pep done. Instead of like the team just done what the team done.
Yeah.
Like he pulled up a masterstroke, because that's all it would have been if City would have won.
Yeah.
And would have won by like a significant amount.
Mm.
Then you would have just been, everyone would have been lauding after how great Pep is.
Yeah, it's mad. I just thought, playing De Bruyne basically right wing or right of the midfield three, and he hasn't done that. No protection for Rodri. I just thought it was mad. I think the way Liverpool played, Liverpool are vulnerable, and you kind of let Liverpool do it. Yeah, and they got a 2. We had a 2 in there. We played a 4-4-2 basically.
Yeah, you played the same thing really.
Yeah,
as what you've been doing.
Yeah, and he played 4-4-2. You kind of let Liverpool off the hook. But another thing as well, I said it on previous podcasts before that I think the evolution of Salah now needs to be as a striker. I've been saying this for a while. Like, I don't know what the playing out wide now is. To me, it's dead. Liverpool need to buy some young wide players who've got energy, can go up and down. Salah needs to be like how Ronaldo was when he was at Real Madrid. Just be that guy who's still got that pace over 10 yards, can finish, got good movement, and he can conserve his energy. And I think he scored goals for fun. He played through the middle when he come on against Rangers hat-trick, played against Man City and ragdolled him. To me, I know they're talking about Gomez, but I thought he was the best player on the pitch. I think he had a point to prove. He said he must be looking at Haaland and thinking, all these men are talking about Haaland, and he's saying, I've done this in my first season. What he's doing, I was doing this.
Salah was on side the other day.
No, Salah was doing a madness. Like, he ragdolled everyone. His hold-up play, balls in behind, the runs.
You can argue that's his first game of the year, though.
Yeah.
Like, literally, because latter end of last year, he was awful.
Mm.
Now, like, this is the Salah that you've not me, grown to love. This is the Salah you talk about.
Yeah.
He always does it against Man City, though.
He does.
Seems like
he loves it.
You've got that rivalry now. Of it's that personal rivalry against like the team and the players, and he's like, you lot are side by side and have been for a while. So this one means a lot.
Back in the day, it was always Man United, Liverpool. But I feel more like at the moment, it might go back and swing back, but at the moment, this feels like a derby now.
Of course it is, because
they hate each other. Liverpool and Man City hate each other.
The players do.
The players do. And the fans now. They don't like each other. And you know what? And the thing is as well, Bernardo Silva hates Liverpool with a passion. You can tell. That guy hates Liverpool with a passion. No. And he does. It feels like
he just hates losing.
No, he hates Liverpool, bro. He hates Liverpool. I know he does. When he plays against us, I've never seen a guy run so much. He loves it. He hates Liverpool. He can't.
Listen, that means nothing to lose Liverpool. Because anyone that doesn't support Liverpool hates Liverpool. No, because like it's just bred into, like, we never used to, because you lot were sitting on the fence somewhere down the line, so you lot were nothing. But I see now you find your voice, like Arsenal fans. Like Arsenal took over the hate.
Don't Arsenal us.
No,
don't Arsenal us.
Arsenal took over the hate.
We've always been big, bruv. The guy that like we're always been big, bruv. I don't know what you're talking about. Like when some little club just come from right for the Ashes. We're the biggest club in England, bruv. The trophies say it. I don't know what you're talking about. Man's like Arsenal, you know. Like Arsenal. Arsenal, man.
Like Arsenal, isn't it? Yeah. You see what it is, right? It's not the club that people hate. It's the fans. That's why I'm judging you on Arsenal. I'm not judging you as a club. I'm judging you as a fan base.
And you lot ain't the same, bruv. You are the most entitled fans I've ever seen in my life. Like, you guys expect to win leagues and Champions Leagues. Yes, you do. Just the last few years now, you've just realised You're a lot of sacking everybody. This person, we
Bro,
need to play the Man United way, bruv. Get
at
out
the
of
end
here,
of the
bruv.
day,
Get out of here.
we knew, or everyone with sense knew, that he was never going to be what he was. As soon as Fergie left, he was never going to be what he was. Don't get me wrong, we didn't realise it was going to be as bad as what it's got. But I think everyone was sort of. The problem is that it's got to how bad it was, and that's why everyone's now throwing their toys at the pram. Because you can't. We're still there, aren't we? You got Ericsson, who a couple of years ago was going on a free and no one wanted him, and he goes to Inter. All of a sudden, he has his issues and does well at Brentford, and now we're all lauding over him because it's been that long since we've had a midfielder that can pass the ball.
Oh, we're going to come to Man United. We talk about Spurs. We'll talk about that in a minute. All right, that's the last bit. I just want to talk about the game. The refereeing, like watching it on Sky Sports, they were lauding how he refereed the game. My opinion, I don't know what your opinion is, Tobias, but my opinion, I thought it was terrible. I thought it was a cop-out that he let everything go. So in his head, if I leave everything go, then I don't have to make a decision on anything. So the game flows, but no one talks about me. To me, that was a coward way of refereeing the game because there's certain things. No, bruv, there was too many. Like, if you're going to let everything go, Man City's goal should have been a goal. It's a foul, but it should have been a goal because you've let everything go. So why have you not let this go? Because it resulted in a goal.
Well, didn't they say that if he never disallowed it because of the foul of the first foul, then he would have disallowed it because of he thought Alisson had it in his hand.
Okay, so why is he going for the foul? Just go for the Alisson thing. Because it was like 15 seconds after Liverpool scored. So why are you going to that foul? Why don't you just go look at Alisson if he had two hands on the ball? So to me, what they didn't show is they didn't show the Alisson part. So to me, they only showed the Haaland thing. So to me, that means they only looked at that.
Bro, to be fair, that should have. Thank God, don't waste everyone's time. He's got someone in his ear telling him what to do anyway. Do you know what I mean? You basically said you're going to disallow it anyway. You might as well disallow it for the foul.
Yeah.
Get back to the refereeing. I'm happy with the refereeing. Don't get me wrong. The standard of refereeing is not great, but 2 seasons ago, you was getting a foul and a penalty for breathing on a man. It's contact sport.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But all right, you're letting things go, but some things are gone.
The other day, there wasn't 2 footers going in. Bar Thiago's, even though he slipped, and that again last season could have probably got a red for it.
Yeah.
But there wasn't them type of challenges. It was more physicality challenges, like Bernardo Silva dragging Salah down. It was that close contact, shoulder to shoulder, whether it be not shoulder to shoulder sometimes.
But that's a blatant foul, though.
That's the type of game I want to see. I want to see a game like that, flowing, people getting up, not rolling around on the floor for 20 minutes, because that's all that happens. You encourage fouls, and that's all that happens. But don't you think but certain things you have to give as a foul? Yeah, to me, that's a blatant foul. Yeah, and the linesman's right there. So why are you gonna let that flow? Yeah, but that's the linesman now. The ref can't control the linesman. The linesman should have interjected. If the ref hasn't got the great view of it, then what do you want him to do? Bruv, you don't need bro, you can see it from a mile away. Man's been dragged down. You can, because you're watching it on TV in HD, bro. Like, you're on the pitch. You're on the pitch, man. Bro, like, we know angles. Do you know what I'm saying? Anything can look any way. And if his assistant's standing right there and they're quick to put up their flag for anything, and he's not flagged, then he would have took it as a foul. He wouldn't have took it as not a foul. I would have. If you look in there, your assistant's right next to the thing, and he's not gone foul, then you're like, oh, it couldn't have been. Keep going. But the thing is as well, all right, you say you don't mind it flowing, which I don't mind as well, but certain things are foul, you need to give as a foul. But next week, but next week, you'll watch the same ref blow for everything and won't make the game flow. So it's just picking and choosing. So it's just like, this week, Man United are playing Spurs. Because it's a big game, I'm going to let it flow. If it's Southampton versus Fulham,
anytime they take a tackle, it's a foul. It's a foul. So it's so inconsistency from the referees. It's a madness.
Yeah, consistency is lacked, but again, you look. Everyone will say, the ref ruined the game with a red card, even though it was a foul. So if you give a yellow card in a game like that for something stupid, that really and truly, is it his first foul? Is it not? Who cares? But if you give a yellow and then later on down the line you get a similar foul and then you've got to give a yellow, and you're putting pressure on yourself, putting pressure on the whole game. We've complained about this. As long as it wasn't erratic, you have people just flying in from everywhere with elbows and 2 foot, then what's the problem? Let's have the game what it's meant to be. I'm sick of lining up for free kicks. I'm sick of all of this, man. Like, it is what it is. It's a contact game. It's not basketball. Like, otherwise, that's the only way the game was going. So you can't want it and then you want fouls, and then it is what it is, man. Ref makes his decision. That's why I don't want VAR. Get rid of it, because it's subjective anyway. We're going to look at other decisions about Newcastle, Man U, fouls, and just let the ref make the decision, because at the end of the day, that's what he's going to do anyway.
I hear you. But like I said, I just think if you're going to ref it like this, ref it for every single game, because the same ref would play a different match and ref it completely different, which is mad.
But there's not the same passions in every game, though, is there?
Yeah, but it doesn't work like that. So if the Man City Liverpool game was refed like that, I expect Southampton versus Bournemouth to be refed like that. Well, that's what I'm saying. Just let it flow.
I think you have been seeing that consistently wrong with them, because you can look at the VAR decisions over the weekend. Was it a foul on Mitrovic?
Look at the Bowen. Look at the Bowen one.
And then it was not. So it's like Mitrovic fell over and pulled him down. Fell backwards and pulled him down and said, "I'm getting this." And you can look at the week before with Pereira. It's, again, all refereeing decisions are going to be subjective. It's always a different person in VAR. You're never going to get a consistent decision, because there's too many people in the room.
No, hey.
How many people does there have to be? Like, one person's making the decision. Even if you're going to say, you know what, you might want to look at that. That's it. Let them go look at the screen. Let them make their own decision. That's, in my opinion, that's how it should be used. Because otherwise you're getting too many opinions. Like, everyone can look at things differently, especially when it comes to fouls and football and that. Everything's a foul to you. You're a striker. That's how it works. But you can't have a man reffing the game and then you have a guy that refs the game totally different in VAR and then tells him to go look at something that he didn't agree with.
Yeah, that's what these refs need to do is have the balls and go, you know what? No, I've reffed it. I've let the game flow. I'm gonna let that. I didn't call it as a foul. I'm gonna let it flow, and I think that's a goal. And I'm gonna keep it 100.
But don't you think it just opens up conspiracies everywhere? Because all it takes is in the year to say, maybe not. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to put the conspiracy hat on, the tin hat. But this is where, like, you start looking at it and you think, it's a bit dodge.
Yeah.
Because you've got too many people involved.
Yeah.
You got a person that can slow it down.
Yeah.
We're in real time here. And you slow everything down, it looks terrible.
And as well as the Premier League is a massive commodity, massive business,
massive money.
They don't want one team just being like PSG, so you just never know. You never know.
Yeah,
but
like you said, do they want to make the league competitive? Yeah, we'll just allow to go.
Yeah, and the thing is, well, I if he kept it how he was refereeing, I feel Man City are unlucky, because I think if it was vice versa, I'd be saying, well, you've refereed the game like this. Why is it not a goal? So
yeah, but then you say
but last week, but you can say last week against Arsenal. But you can say last week against Arsenal, against Liverpool, Thiago touched Jesus a little bit, and they got a penalty. So it kind of, you win some, you lose some. It's mad. But yeah,
nonsense. Was that a foul last week?
I see them given. You got to say it is, but I don't think it is. But you see him given.
But you're slowing it down again. You're slowing it down, and you're You're zooming in on that.
But it even slowed it down because he in real life he gave it as a penalty.
Yeah.
So why didn't they look at the camera and go, "We don't think it's a penalty"? Because there was a little bit of contact.
Jesus put both feet on the floor, and then decided to say, "Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
He touched."
Yeah, it's mad.
They work everything, isn't it? Footballers are dumb but smart at the same time. When you was giving the handballs the way you was giving them last year, what were they doing?
Yeah.
They just flick it up into your hands.
Hand is a penalty.
Make a decision, pen.
100%. All right. Before we go to Man United versus Spurs, all right, winners and losers. Winner team or player?
Winner team has to be used up. Has to be.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because you've beaten the unbeatable that everyone was talking about. You was on the floor. Your own fans have thrown in the towel.
Haaland hasn't scored against Liverpool yet.
Haaland hasn't scored against Liverpool yet, and you made him look average as such.
Yeah.
Didn't look like a threat at all.
Yeah.
I think he had a header and he had a shot at the edge of the box.
Yeah.
That I can remember. The header I think he should have done better with. It was food and drink for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think winners has to go to you.
Same thing. Liverpool winning player. A lot of people gone for Gomez and Milner. I think Milner could have got it because he's gone under the radar again. But I'm going to get it for Salah. I just think like so many like top players are on the pitch, and he was the best player on the pitch out of the stars. I think he just ragdolled the whole back line, and I think his new position should be as a number 9, as a striker. I think his time playing on the wing is over, and play through the middle, just score goals. Just be that guy to score goals.
My winner has to be bloody Milner, man.
Yeah, ledge.
Right back,
anywhere.
Everyone's been killing him.
Yeah,
Milner's still playing and all the rest of it. Milner can still do a job when required, and he proved it the other day. What a professional, and I'll give him that.
Loser player, I'm going to go for Cancelo. I think he's just a Portuguese Trent. He can't defend properly defensively, but gets away with it because Man City have the ball all the time. And the loser manager, I'm going to go for Pep because I just think he pepped himself out. I just think that the tactics he just gave Liverpool the impetus to really go for it. And I think Liverpool were there to be beaten. And now he's just hopefully he's made Liverpool get confidence back again. But I'm going for them too.
Loser player, I want to give it to bloody Fred. But I'm not.
I miss it. But that's Fred though.
No, I'm not. Yeah, because he's just Fred. So you can't hate Fred for being Fred. So I'm going to give it to Nunes. Come on. For 20 minutes, I had a whole compilation. I'm not having it.
You know what?
Did you see the love?
No, the dink, and he fell over. No. You know what? Watching that, I was just thinking of 1906. I was thinking, he must be thinking, I don't know what that was about.
Bro.
No, I don't know
what was he doing?
I don't know. No.
Even
one time.
One
time he got the ball on the left side of the wing, yeah. He just sprinted with the ball. His head, this is before the pass. His head was down and just running. I'm like, where are you going? And then his head's up. Then he's realized he's near the line. Then tries to cut back. Like, no, he's mad. He's mad. He's mad.
And the one was, it was that bad. Like, his confidence must be on the floor because he should have passed to Salah, but he shot. And like, Salah must have looked at it and said, this motherfucker should have passed to me. But he was like, you know that's not bad confidence.
Yeah.
You know, really truly, Salah should have looked at him and said, pass the ball, man. The lob, though, got me. Man threw one-on-one.
Man tried to dink it. What's the dink about?
He scooped
it went nowhere. No, he scooped it to the side and then fell over.
Well, he's a player. Even though I should put him down as the winner, bro, because that gave me the most joke. The compilation killed me.
No,
how are you gonna have a compilation for being on? Social media is a horrible
No. They hate Nunes. Like, no. You know, he's a handful, but technically and tactically, Like someone just needs to put a footballing brain in his head.
But you know what killed me? Yeah, it was Klopp at the pre-match when he's talking about and he's saying, yeah, they can do what they want, which I don't agree with anyway. All this talk about Man City this, Man City that, about spending all this money. I think we spoke about it many times. It's all lies. Everyone can spend money. It's who chooses to spend money.
And their recruitment's outstanding.
Yeah, and their recruiters are good. So stop hating, innit? Like it's not. They're not just picking the best players out. No, and it's something damning that he said, and then they had the best striker in the world in there. And I thought, oof, Nunes, chin up. Right now.
But he knows he's not the best striker in the world.
Yeah, but the comparisons has always been Nunes Haaland, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's a poor comparison. It's terrible. I don't know why they done that. I felt
it is because you guys are the top two, and you guys both bought strikers, and that's where the comparison starts. Are they similar age? I think Haaland's younger than you. I think Nunes is what, 22?
23, I think.
Yeah, bro. Like
he's bonkers. I don't know. But the thing is, he's got attributes, but
he will still, and I still think
he can score goals
because he's playing for you lot.
Yeah.
Put him in our team. Oh my god!
No, it'd have been even worse.
Open the gate, bro. He would have been over. Like,
and the thing is, I think 2 years ago, I think you man would have bought him because you've got so much transfers wrong. I think you've had to be cautious on this one because you knew it was gonna be a lot of money. So if you'd have got this one wrong, oh my god, it'd have been Man United would have been a laughing stock. Where Liverpool are kind of due a big name to flop because we've got our recruitment right most of the time. So we can kind of get away with it. We'll get cussed, but you lot would have got destroyed because you've been doing this for a hot minute.
Maguire on Royal.
And Nunes.
Maguire and Nunes up there. Jesus Christ. We Fred and linking in between. Oh my god. Oh my head. I would have had headbutts. I would have had total.
No, that'd have been quality.
I would have cut off. I'm not doing this show no more, bro. I'm gone. I would have been out of it.
Only flipping Klopp. I'm hoping that he can turn him into a player, but at the moment, I think he's got attributes, but flipping out, footballing brain-wise, this guy has nothing. All right, we'll quickly go to the Man United Spurs game. I'll start off with Spurs. They're joint second with Man City, only lost one game. Spurs fans are screaming that the football's boring, it's pedestrian. I don't know. I'm not really a Spurs fan, but when I've been watching football, Spurs never win. So you play great football and you still lose. Now you've got.
Come on, when did Spurs?
Wait. They've got a manager now who's an elite manager, can compete with Pep and Klopp. Born winner, wins leagues. He's done it all over. But you've got certain Spurs fans saying we play terrible football. I have never seen in my life Spurs being a team that wins. To me, Spurs have always been, in which I've been watching football, no disrespect to Spurs, always been serial losers, bruv. Always lose. They are, to me, it's been losers. And then now Spurs fans are screaming that he doesn't play attractive football.
I thought you were going to say the legendary one, the Spurs way. Stop it.
But the thing is, you want to play attractive football and lose, or you play winning football and you might win a trophy the first time in how many years? I just don't get it.
Okay, let's go back a few years. When have Tottenham played exciting football? I'll tell you when. Let's not play games. Harry Redknapp.
Harry Redknapp when they had Van der Vaart and all of them.
And Bale. That's the most exciting you've ever seen Spurs.
And what happened to them? They still didn't win. So that team was ridiculous.
You had Poch. Did Poch play? He did, to be fair.
He did play good football. He did.
So, but I don't think it was as good and free flowing as it was when Harry was there.
No, but he did play good football, but they lost. They lost. So what do you want?
So you've got a manager, and like, are we surprised that Conte's playing the way he is?
No, that's how he plays.
That's like complaining that you brought apples and you got apples. You know, that doesn't make no sense. Like you've asked, you've wanted a manager to come in and win. You tried it with Mourinho, so you must be used to it. Your last two managers haven't played exciting football anyway.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you must be used to it, which I get. You might be a bit tired of it, but now you've got a manager that potentially has the ability to win a trophy. As much as you can, everyone would want to say play Tottenham down, and I've always said it. I've always said about, even when it comes to top four, the better manager will always win. Last year, I said it. Does he play great football? Does he need to play great football?
But what is great football? What is great football?
This is why Pep's filled up everyone's head.
That's what I'm saying. What is great football?
If you ask Tottenham players, are you enjoying your football? They say yes. We're winning.
We're winning.
How do you not enjoy winning? Like, this is the point. Like, I don't get it. Like, what do you want?
I don't understand it either. Like, what is attractive football? Attractive is if my team picks up a big major trophy. If that's a league, a Champions League, or Europa League, even an FA Cup, that means we've done something right.
Stink the place out and win me a trophy. I'm happy.
That's it, straight. I don't understand it.
Get me top four, win me a trophy. I'm ecstatic if I'm Tottenham. Are you nuts? Top four and a trophy.
And you ain't done that in ages. When is the last time Tottenham have done that? I don't get it. I don't get what they're talking about.
Right now, you want to turn your place toxic by complaining about the brand of football. I get it. It might if you pay money and you're traveling to away games and it's a stink fest. But does it matter? You win at the end of the day. You're singing. You won.
You won.
Like, let's be honest. Yeah. When you think about it, you think, oh, maybe that wasn't the best game. But what is the best game? 20 goals each, and mistakes everywhere.
Yeah,
that's not Conte's type of football. That's not most managers' type of football. Pep.
No.
This is why Pep filled up everyone's brain. Of everyone must now play a certain way. That's not football.
No, it's not.
That's not, like, not one way wins, because if you play the same way as Man City and you haven't got Man City's players, you lose.
You're gonna get battered every week.
So what do you want? Then you're gonna be moaning that you're getting battered.
Italy from the start of time have played a different way of football to everybody else, and they are one of the best teams in as a nation all over the world. They've always won more major trophies than anybody else, and they've done it in their way.
Oh, it's mad because I always enjoy watching it.
Yeah, so do I. Always. Because it's different. It's different. I like the way they not even stink the place out. I like their party poopers, where people don't rate them and they tactically beat teams.
It's a team, bro. Right? It's a team. It's not individuals. Now Conte's got a team with an individual or two.
Yeah.
Adding in Kane and Son. What? Harry Kane's got 9 goals already this season.
Yeah, 9 in 9.
9 in 9. He scored like in the last 5 games consecutively.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't even know though.
No, he wouldn't. Because
the way everyone's talking, you wouldn't even know.
Harry Kane's doing his thing. He's flying.
Harry Kane is getting the numbers up. So go and ask Harry Kane if he's enjoying this football.
Yeah, he's enjoying it. He's scoring every week.
I enjoy my football, but I'm scoring goals and I'm winning.
What more do you want?
Life's never been this good.
Yeah, straight.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's an argument that he refuses to play certain players. Like, I hope Emerson's fit, and he plays Emerson against us.
Yeah,
yes, he's not playing Basuma, but you know why? You know Conte. You know what? He's temperamental.
Yeah,
if you're not doing exact, and this is similar to Pep. If you don't do exactly what they say, you don't play.
You're not playing. And if he thinks you're tactically not ready, he won't play you. He said the same thing about Basuma. The reason why Basuma doesn't play regularly, because tactically he's not there yet.
Because basically he said tactically the African jumps it out in him, and he thinks he can run over here, there, and everywhere. You know, that's basically what he wanted to say, but he had to be political about it. Like, Basuma in one point will think he's a striker and start making third man runs. I don't want you to do that. I've got Kane and Son up there. Relax.
Yeah. He's a guy. He's a guy. Basically, Højbjerg and Bentancur, tactically they know the game, and you know what you're going to get from them. They're going to give you a solid 7 every single week, and tactically they can do a job, and technically they're good enough, and that's why they always play, and that's why maybe Basuma isn't playing yet. But I think Conte is amazing. I think Conte will win them a trophy. He will win them a trophy. I don't know if he wins the league, but he will win them a trophy. But Spurs fans, I don't get the gas about it. It's so boring. You lot never win. Since I've been watching football, Spurs have never been a team where you worried about. Even when they had the Van der Vaarts and the Modric and the Bells, they still did not win. And even under Poch, when they had Dele Alli flying, Pete Harry Kane, you still didn't win. So I don't understand what the problem is, but it's mad. Going on to Man United, keep Ronaldo up front, or you have to play him up front.
You borderline have to, and I think I'm so concerned about us and Ten Hag at the minute. This could be a terrible week for us. You draw against Newcastle at home. You need to win that game. If we look at the way it worked out, yeah, both sides had a penalty shout. I think both could be argued as penalties, and definitely as was a penalty. I'll be a bit biased on the Newcastle one, but I've seen them given, so you could easily say that was a penalty. Chances wise, Fernandes needs a rest. He needs to be taken out of the firing line. Fernandes is. I'd like to think he's trying too hard, and trying too hard is affecting him in what he's trying to do. And also, I said it ages ago. I think many people have said it. I don't think Ronaldo helps him because Ronaldo is just box hungry. Like, he's not freeing up the space for Fernandes to make them late runs anymore. And he's too Hollywood sometimes. He doesn't like to keep the ball local. Like, he just wants to hit that prime pass. But I look at Ten Hag and I look at the decisions that he's made over the time. I like Ten Hag. I wanted Ten Hag beforehand. This. But I don't know. I don't know what we're getting from him. Am I seeing much change in our pattern of play? No. But against Everton was the first time you can say that we've played some sort of football. But the turnover was too much. We give the ball away way, way too much.
But this is his first season. He has to still get rid of Deadwood. This is a project.
He does, but then I still get it because he overpaid for Martinez again. I like Martinez,
but he had to.
Yeah, he had to in a way. He overpaid for Anthony.
He had to.
I look at Anthony's ceiling and I look at him. I think, is he an £80 million player, £85 million player?
Do you think? Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Like, I think he's good, but
good.
How far can he go?
What is his ceiling?
Yeah.
What is Anthony's ceiling? Yeah. Like, he can't hit a ball with his right foot.
Yeah.
And again, he looks for the spectacular instead of doing the easy thing sometimes. Like the pass that he could have made to, I think Bruno come into the box, but he wants to outside the boot it to Ronaldo. Playing Fred again. Fred's in his last year of his contract.
Yeah, he's
Please
gone.
tell me we don't trigger no extension.
No, he's gone.
We'll give him a new one. For the good of Fred, everyone. Freddie's Fred, isn't it? Like, you can't hate Fred because he's a nice guy. But
he's not Man United level.
Not seeing him in my team anymore, bro. I can't do it. I cannot do it. Like, I think everyone was clinging on to the fact that he plays for Brazil with Casemiro, so things were going to change. Oh my God, the boy can't.
Yeah, he's just not good enough.
He's just not good enough, and he gets the most frustrating thing about Fred is he's always on the end of chances. Like, he's always there, and you're looking at the ball coming to him, and you're like, oh my God, what's going to happen? What is going to happen here? I'm concerned. I'm highly concerned about us this week, given the fact that we've got Tottenham and Chelsea.
But do you think, last bit, do you think the when you won 4 in a row, do you think that's masked the cracks what you lot have got, or masked the kind of the frailties, not even frailties, but the system, what Ten Hag is doing, is kind of mask over the wins you lot got, because I think even against the Arsenal game, I thought Arsenal were the better side and they kind of self-destruct. And a few other games where you've kind of nicked games, and sometimes you've got to nick games. But I think Newcastle game, you drew the other time, like your form's a bit sketchy now.
I think his decisions from the get-go have been suspect.
Mm.
Like the way he started off the season with the same team that everyone knows doesn't work. Freddie McTominay's, etc. And I just think he's been very naive. I think I said it numerous times in how he approached everything, and that set him back. Once you lose your first 2 games, you're already back.
Mm-hmm.
Your back's against the wall, so you got to start digging things out. Man City one was absolutely horrendous. Even the lineup, everything he decided to do, his decision making has not been great at all, and that's what scares me. It scares me that his decision making, he's like Ole, in a way. Like you can't really say any different.
I think you've got to give him 3 years minimum. I know what you're saying. We said the same thing about Arteta, and it looks like Arteta's starting to get it right now. So I think he's a guy of patience.
You said the same thing about Arteta, but what I will say about Arteta is that as soon as he came in, he knew the players he didn't want. Whether or not we agreed with him or not. He said, you are not doing it for me. I'm not playing you. Go and find somewhere else. And he didn't do it with Maguire. He hasn't been strong enough. He hasn't been strong enough to either drop players or push players out the door.
But it's going to be interesting. I think this game, like we said before, I think this game could be anything. I think it could be really exciting, or it could be a snooze fest. I think for it to be really exciting, I think Man United have to score first. Spurs score first. I think they may be going and win it, but you got to score first. Who would you start? Last bit. Who would you start up front, or who would you start in your?
Who would start up front? It depends on who's fit. If Martial's fit for Ten Hag's system, Martial starts all day. Martial, like Eriksen, like Martinez.
Does Rashford need to be sub? Does Rashford need to be? Does Rashford need to be sub? Because the two misses,
Rashford against. Right. But Rashford does what Rashford's done. Like that header, come on! Like you just wanted to throw your TV out the window. What? Like finish that, but that's not Rashford, is it? Rashford is what he is, which we've got another conundrum because you've got Anthony, Rashford, Sancho. Who sits down?
Sancho. He just
looks that way.
He's just not dynamic enough, which I've been saying already. I think for the Premier League, he can't run past anybody. I just think the others are just more athletic. I just don't feel.
But
I think he just reminds me of a Grealish. He reminds me of Grealish. He's very much like Grealish.
I think once Ten Hag implements a system, I think he suits better.
I just don't think he's.
Ten Hag likes a wall up front, doesn't he? He likes someone that can. That's why he likes Hala. He likes a wall up front. That's why he doesn't. That's why Ronaldo doesn't suit him.
No, he likes someone to bounce off.
He likes someone that can get involved, bounce off it, play, and score the odd goal or two. He's a bit. That's why he probably worked under Pep, because he's very much like Pep in that way. He's not dedicated to a striker. He wants a striker to do a job. Like Hala couldn't bloody do anything at West Ham. All of a sudden.
But he's better than that, though.
Yeah, he is. He is. We knew he was better than that, but he looked a stinkfest at West Ham. Like he looked like Jolinton when Jolinton was playing up front.
Yeah,
he was that bad.
Yeah,
and like went to Ajax, obviously, scoring goals for fun, Champions League goals. So you was talking about Nunes done it in the Champions League. You might as well have went and brought Hala then.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, if he's fit, you play Martial. Ronaldo is Ronaldo. You either play for him or you don't play him at all. And we're not playing for him because who's feeding him? We've got cutting merchants. We've got either you know what we're gonna do. Like to play how we play, we need fullbacks like you. Because when Anthony and Sancho are cutting in, or Rashford are cutting in, the fullbacks are bombing on. But it's not that much of an issue. Right now, we don't have that. So you're cutting in, and even then, the decision making from when they cut in is just terrible.
Be interesting game. It'd be interesting game. It could make and break. I think if Man United win, it gives them confidence.
If we don't win, that's 4 losses.
Yeah.
This is where it gets sticky, bro. This is what I mean. 4 losses already in what 9-10 games.
Yeah.
And if you lose to Chelsea, that's 5. And where do you go from there?
Keep it up. I fucking love it. 100%.
I think you're on the same points as us, isn't it?
I think we're 3 points behind. I don't even know. I haven't checked the table.
Just relax, man. Just got a win the other day. All of a sudden, you're smiling again. I hate you, like, you know. Look, you forget.
Come on, boys. Mo Salah's back.
Mo Salah's back, bro.
Oh, mate. Guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We'll be back on Thursday at 10 p.m. Tobias, you got anything to say? I want to say one thing. Big up Benzema. About time that he's getting the recognition he deserves. Winning the Ballon d'Or. Benzema or Henry? Who goes down as a better striker?
Benzema one more.
Yeah, and he's won a Ballon d'Or.
I think
Henry was in a better era, but I understand.
5 Champions Leagues. And
no. But I think he's an all-time great. I think he's an all-time great striker. I think he's third on the list of most goals for Real Madrid.
Selfish striker.
And his all-round game is ridiculous.
Dumb.
Benzema's all-round game is ridiculous. That's why I said Benzema in any era of football would be world-class.
Fergie loved him, man. Fergie was all over Benzema.
I think his all-round game is ridiculous. He could hold the ball up. He could run in behind. His touches, little balls round the corner. His footballing IQ. Nunes, what you need to do if you're watching this, bruv, just flick us some tapes on Benzema and just watch the footballing IQ, because that's what you need.
Nunes, keep doing.
Keep watching Andy Carroll.
Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Guys, but big up Benzema. Benzema is an all-time great striker. When you've been at Real Madrid for what, lady 13, 14 years,
mad, innit?
You know you're something special, because that don't happen.
That does not happen. Was Raul there that long?
I don't know. I don't think he was. Benzema signed when he was 21.
When he was what, 31, 32 maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Might be the same.
Start.
But Benzema started when he was 21, signed for big money at 21.
Same time as Ronaldo, isn't it?
Yeah, and just been there for years.
What a transfer window that was, by the way.
Oh, mate, that is mad. With Kaka, and Kaka kind of flopped, but the injuries killed him. And Kaka was the best player in the world at that time when they signed him. What, even Ronaldo, which is mad. Yeah, like I said, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We'll be back, myself, Tobias, and 1906 on Thursday for the Premier League prediction show. We are Real Talk Football TV, guys, and we are out.